Hey guys, welcome back to DIPSWITCH Demos. My name is Jackson, and also welcome back to the second ever episode of my DIPSWITCH News and Coffee with DIPSWITCH, whatever we're going to call it. It's been a month and I still haven't decided what we're going to call it, but let's just roll with it. Last month's episode turned out really well, I thought. You guys seem to enjoy it as well. It's had a good response from you guys, considering a smaller channel. It went down really well. So first of all, in the news, the past month, or more than a month really, kind of globally, it has been all about the COVID-19 outbreak. I don't want to dwell on it too much because this is a positive video. I want it to be a positive video, and we're a guitar channel, but obviously it has affected all aspects of life and the music industry as well. I guess the only thing to say is to stay strong, stay healthy, stay positive, and stay at home. There's not much more we can do other than that, and we can get through this. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on to some more happy news. I guess the biggest personal news this month has been that I'm still doing my first ever session gig. If you guys didn't know, bit of a personal tangent, but my girlfriend is also a musician. She's a vocalist and she's just started writing some songs, and she decided to put out her debut EP. So we've been working on that this past month. We had a day in the studio with an awesome drummer and bass player. So we were doing drums, bass, and acoustic guitar in the studio. That's why I was there. And then I've been doing all electric guitar with my Waza tube amp expander, which is kind of another reason why I got it, so I could kind of fulfill the needs of this project at home without having to pay for a studio and all that. And it's turning out really well so far. Obviously things have been delayed for numerous reasons at the moment, but it's going to go well and I'm really excited. Session work is something I'd really love to get into in the future, and this is for myself kind of a first stepping stone in that direction. So yeah, really grateful for Georgia, who has let me play guitar on her music, and also I'm really excited to show you guys how it turns out. I'll be sure to leave a link to it when it's available for you guys. Due to current circumstances, there hasn't been too much in the way of guitar gear releases, but have still been a couple. I don't know if you can see in the camera, probably not, but down there we have the new Fender Mustang GTX 100 amp. I guess it's kind of their answer to that kind of budget sort of thing, or kind of mid-priced amp modeling situation, and it's really cool. There's loads and loads of features on it. Obviously you get loads of effects, you get pretty much, not all of them, but loads of the Fender pedals in there, and also some classic pedals like fuzz faces, big muffs, tube screamers, some tape delays and stuff which are really nice, and a harmonic tremolo. But the amp selection is huge. There's so many amps in there, all the way from loads of vintage classic Fender amps all the way to some more Marshall, Voxy, Oranges, Mesa Boogies, loads of stuff in there. And what I've really enjoyed about messing around with these amp models is that you can swap out the cabinets. I did an example where you could put your Fender twin amp through a 4x12 or a 1x8 champ speaker. There's some really cool tonal combinations that you can get all through the Fender Mustang GTX, so I'm really excited to show you guys that amp in a couple of weeks. Also a new announcement, which by the time you're watching this video on Friday it will have been announced, and that is the Dr. Scientist Dusk pedal. I'm a big fan of Dr. Scientist and what he does. He kind of pushes the boundaries of what kind of, I guess, pedals can do, and he's got some really cool ideas going on, and the Dusk is no exception. It is a low pass filter, essentially. That's what it boils down to. So kind of initially that doesn't sound too exciting, but the things you can do with that filter are so cool. You can modulate it, so it's kind of like you can almost get some univibey, phasey, sort of harmonic tremolo sounds out of it, and you can also envelope it, so you can have like a classic envelope filter among a ton of other things there as well. I've actually got one in the post. It should be arriving this afternoon. If it comes in a good time, I'll show you guys what it looks like in this video as well. But again, video coming probably next week if I can get it out soon enough. So another really cool piece of news, a personal friend of mine, Matt from Fidelity Guitars, is kind of starting a new project. He's going to be starting to do light versions of his guitars. So the one he's kind of put on his Instagram so far is the Stella Rosa Light. Essentially, it is a stripped down version of his kind of current line of guitars, and they look sweet. They're going to be really, really cool. So the Stella Rosa that he's posted online, it's a solid body. Usually he has chambered guitars, so it's a solid, I can't remember what wood it is, but it's a solid wood guitar. Stella Rosa body shape, with a maple neck. It's not roasted, it's classic maple neck with a single Mustang pickup in there. And you're literally just going to get your volume, tone, output jack, and it's going to be a proper bare bones stripped down guitar, but with all the kind of attention to detail, the vibe and the character that comes along with all those Fidelity guitars. And it's going to be sweet. I'm actually really interested in speccing one out. Hopefully it also leads to a few more options down the road. I've got a few ideas bubbling in the back of my mind of what I want my next guitar to be, and I'm pretty sure Fidelity could do that for me. So we'll see how it goes. They're going to come at a much lower price point. I think at the moment he's quoting them as £899, pounds that is, but we'll see how that goes after the coronavirus and things like that. But yeah, they look sweet, and I'm really interested in one of those. So like I said, not too much in the way of news this month, just because of everything that's going on, but I've still had a few things in the mail to show you guys. This arrived this morning. I think it's new for NAMM this year, maybe, but so it's not a kind of a new announcement this month, but that is the Boss Acoustic Singer Live, or ACS LT. It's a little kind of all-in-one solution for you acoustic gigging guys, you vocalists, singer-songwriters sort of situation. We have a acoustic guitar input with some really nice kind of EQ, preamp and reverb and a few effects on there as well. But what is really cool as well is that there's also a mic input. So it really is an all-in-one situation for you guys going out there with, even if it is just yourself, acoustic guitar and a microphone, you're sorted with this little thing. Also had another pedal in the mail this month, and it is the PHA overdrive from Curo Custom Audio from Italy. Video will be out next Friday, I believe, on this one, and it's just a really cool do-it-all overdrive. I'm also all for supporting local businesses, and especially when they're making really cool products, and I was lucky enough to receive a nice care package from Loaded for Bear Audio, who's making really, really cool cables, essentially, right here in the UK. He's got a really beautiful colour selection going on. He's got two ranges of colours. I believe one's called Loom and the other one's called Terror or something, but essentially it's two different collections of colours. One's kind of more autumnal, darker colours like khaki green, burnt oranges and things like that, and then the Loom series, I think it's Loom, is more like 80s disco vibe, and that's what we've got here. So I've got a yellow instrument cable, really amazing build quality, Van Damme cable I believe, with Switchcraft plugs, really nice cable, and then we've also got a couple of patch cables as well. So I believe it's a relatively new startup thing going on for Loaded for Bear, so I definitely recommend you go check him out if you're in the UK, but he is also shipping worldwide, so if you want some cool looking cables, go check him out. And finally, it's not guitar related at all, but seeing as we're all kind of in lockdown at the moment for the foreseeable future, it seems, I thought I'd treat myself to a little Nintendo Switch. I've owned one before and didn't really fall in love with it, but I've missed it ever since. And I'm really enjoying it, spending some time kind of just in my own world playing Zelda and things like that. So if you guys are on Nintendo Switch, let me know and maybe we can hook up and play some games together. So the videos that we had come out this month, first of all we had the TC Plethora video, and that was a big video for me. That's nearly got 15,000 views. You guys seem to really love it as well. There weren't too many questions on there, not too many questions that was worth expanding on in this video. We had a couple of Mythos pedal videos coming out as well. We had the Mythos Herculean video out, and also the AU79 Golden Fleece Fuzz, which I've really fallen in love with. It's on my board at the moment, and it's pretty much replaced every single fuzz pedal that was on there other than the Argo, so it says a lot about Mythos pedals that he has taken control of all fuzz on my board, and I'm loving it. The other video that went up this month was the Cornerstone Gladio video. Really cool little dual Dumble overdrive thing going on there. Really popular as well. It's also done really well on the channel. Again, not too many questions, but we did have one question about that I thought worth talking about. And the question is from Randy Phillips. It says, DIPSWITCH demos. I'm confused on what is the Dumble clean tone, because SRV, Stevie Ray Vaughan, used a Dumble clean tone, but I don't know what it sounds like to get that Dumble clean tone. Sounds like a Texas tone. Okay, cool. What I think you're trying to get there is essentially what is a Dumble clean tone. And as far as my understanding goes, is that there isn't just one Dumble tone. My knowledge is pretty limited when it comes to Dumbles, but as far as I know, almost every single Dumble was different, had a different tone, and it was made specifically for the artist or the guitar player or whoever he was building them for. So as far as I know, there's not one Dumble clean tone. For Stevie Ray Vaughan, it's really hard to narrow down what he was using because he used so many different amps, and not just Dumbles. He used Fenders, Marshalls, so really hard to narrow that down. But yeah, I think what the takeaway from this question is that there isn't just one Dumble sound. They're all different, and they're all, unique, and they feel different. I think that's the biggest thing. Not that I've ever played a Dumble amp, but from what I've heard, they feel massively different from one another. Papermate19 asks, what string thickness and brand do you recommend for me? I'm a beginner just starting out. Cool, welcome to the guitar family, Papermate. Brand-wise, personally, I would go for Ernie Ball. I am endorsed by Ernie Ball, but what is advantageous to using Ernie Ball, especially when you're a beginner, is that you can find them in pretty much every guitar shop, music shop out there. They're pretty much available globally anywhere you go. Thickness-wise, if you're really just starting out, I would try a set of 10s, because they're kind of middle of the range sort of stuff. Good place to start out with. If you try them and you feel like you could go thicker, try some 11s. And then if you want to go thinner, if they feel too thick, try some 9s, but start with 10s. They're a good middle ground, I think. Hopefully that answers your question, and I hope you enjoy playing guitar, Papermate. This is a bit of a funny question, and all it says, it's from Joe KH, all it says is Jackson. I don't know what that means, but yes, Jackson is my name. I think a lot of people think it's my last name, but it is my first name. Thanks for the comment, I guess. Here's a comment from Tony Davis, a really nice comment. Always look forward to your review and demos. Love that Voyager guitar. It's a sweet guitar, isn't it? We need to add a couple more zeros to your subscriber count. Won't be long, friend. Keep it up, Jackson. Amazing comment. Thank you so much, Tony. And yeah, hopefully we will be getting more subscribers. Well, I've noticed a massive growth this month. So yeah. Fingers crossed it's going to keep going. This is a comment on the AU79 Mythos Golden Fleece pedal demo. I said that in a really weird order, but anyway, it's from Ian Newbury. Nice demo, great sounding pedal. I'm not usually a fuzz guy, but might have to check this out further. On another note, I'd love to see a demo of the 1981 Inventions DRV. Love the videos, keep up the great work. Awesome, thank you very much, Ian. Yeah, I think the AU79 fuzz has really been popular, especially with people who aren't used to fuzz, because it is so unique, and also it does share some characteristics with overdrive pedals, I think. At least the texture is kind of overdrivey. It's probably a great way of getting into fuzz pedals. I know that Zach from Mythos always recommends if for your first pedal, try out a Golden Fleece, because they are kind of a halfway house in a way, but they can still get fuzzy, ridiculous awesomeness. So yeah, awesome. Check out a AU79 or a Golden Fleece. They're very similar circuits. Definitely check that out. On the 1981 Inventions DRV, I'd love to try one out. I don't think he needs any help promoting the pedal though. There's a lot of hype around that pedal and they go for a lot of money, but they sound great, or they look great anyway. I've not heard one. But yeah, awesome pedal. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for the kind words as well, Ian. Another really nice comment from Paul Weave. Paul Y. Sorry, I don't know if I probably butchered your name. It says, I don't get why your channel hasn't blown up yet. Seriously. Awesome comment. Thank you so much. And then Caleb Miller chimes in and says, I know, right? Great content, playing and visuals. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. And then Scott McLean at the end says, really good production quality, knowledge, and demos. This channel is better than most out there. Wow, thank you so much. It's probably more that there are many to fight through. I don't even remember how I found it. yeah, there's a lot of demo guys out there at the moment, and I came to the party reasonably late, and I also feel like it took me a long time to get to where I am now. If you look back on my videos, maybe even a year ago, they're not the highest quality, but everything I've done, I've kind of learnt naturally, and I feel like all my subscribers, you guys, are genuine subscribers and interested in what I'm doing, so appreciate the kind words, guys. You guys are the best. Another comment on the AU79 demo. This one's from Mark Ferguson. Mythos, damn, just damn. It's a fuzz. If a fuzz has more than 2 knobs or an LED, they messed it up. Trying to get a local guy to build one of these in fine company next to the broadcast. Okay, cool. If a fuzz has more than 2 knobs or an LED, they messed up. I'm fine with a fuzz having more than 2 knobs and an LED, but I get what you're saying. Sometimes a fuzz is best stripped down. Trying to get a local guy to build one of these, just buy one from Mythos, dude. That's the best way to get a Mythos pedals, to get from Mythos. And Zach's a great guy, so it'd be really good to support what he's doing. And finally, the last comment for today, we're gonna take a comment from Motion Man 1019. Guitar looks sick. I'm thinking of getting an electric to move over from acoustic to electric. This is definitely a contender. I think this comment was on the Sterling Music Man Stingray that I did a video on. So yeah, this guitar is definitely a contender. I wanted to ask you, how long have you been playing guitar? I find it fascinating to see how people have such a great grasp of the way the bar chords sound, that they just slide it up and down and they know where to hit the notes. Okay, so I think what you're getting at is, how do you know where the notes are you're playing without necessarily looking at the fretboard? I guess the answer to that is just practice. Practice playing guitar, know your notes up and down the fretboard, know some shapes, and kind of just listen to your playing. Most of how I've learned how to play guitar is just listening critically to what I'm doing, even if that's recording yourself and then listening back. Think about what you could do better. Also, you asked how long I've been playing. The answer is, I started when I was 11 and I'm 23 now, so 12 years. Alright guys, thank you so much for the comments this month. It's been a really positive month for DIPSWITCH demos. I think I've had over 300 new subscribers this month, which is the biggest growth I've ever seen. What I did last month is also give you an album suggestion, and this month's album suggestion is a new one from Pearl Jam. It's the new Pearl Jam album called Gigatron. It's a rubbish name for an album if you ask me, but the album is pretty good. I've listened to it a couple of times and it's really cool. It really takes you on a journey, and they do quite a few different genres. They kind of start off kind of garage punk and then kind of go to some Pink Floyd-y, Genesis sort of stuff in the middle, and then really wind it down at the end with some acoustic stuff. It's really nice flavours. Pearl Jam is one of my all-time favourite bands, if not my all-time favourite band, so I definitely recommend you go check out that new album from them. And that about wraps us up, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed News and Coffee with DIPSWITCH, and I'll see you in the next video, but I will also see you next month for episode 3 of these. Stay safe, guys, and stay at home. Cheers, guys.